Good morning, I'm Arthur Laramie. We're going to do this in two separate presentations. First is going to be my perspective as a veteran of PPCLI, Princess Pacific Canadian Light Infantry. Brittany and I are both members of PPCLI. We met in battle school. The most important part about the soldier side will make it difficult for me. And especially coming out, I served 2 tours in Afghanistan. I had the great privilege of engaging in combat with the Taliban. I had the great privilege of winning awards for my battalion, Warrior Spirit Awards, so I'm forever in the Hollow Halls. I had the pleasure of winning the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, being awarded. I also have a double-edged sword. I am a very good soldier. It is very difficult for me to turn it off. Programming was very effective for me. I stand up, I wake up, I make my bed, I get my kit ready, I look left and right. I make sure my buddies, my brothers and sisters are good to go. I make sure we wake up with tenacity, aggression, and the will to close with and destroy our enemy, regardless of the sacrifice to ourselves. And if you look left and right and you look at these aren't nice pictures. These are battles in which men and women, well, generally men on the battlefield, women on the background, with the nurses sacrificing themselves, giving up their food and rations, but men and women killing each other with their bare hands, period. The Battle of the Somme, one of the most bloodiest battles, period. It's immense. Do your homework. It's months of remembrance. Know your battles. An immense amount of Canadians died, and they died in horrific ways, going over top, being blown up by artillery, being blown up by other men and machine guns, being caught by barbed wire and dying to death and bleeding out. In Afghanistan, men and women would beg on the side of the streets with their dying children on their arms. Everything is an attack, everything is an ambush. Did I see more? Nod your head if you think I see more. Do you think I understand it? Yeah. Now, how do I come back from this? What is peace? What is transition? Especially when I'm so good. I get up, I don't care how sore I am. I put on my gear in the middle of winter, I beat off the ice, and I listen to my warrant. And he can even make jokes with me, call me left and right between warrants. And I'll yell, "Warrant!" And I'll sprint to the other warrant. And the warrant said, "Laramie!" I sprint to the other warrant. Because I'm programmed to do exactly what I'm told, and only what I'm told. I was an artist and creator before I joined in. I was a football player. If I didn't have art and creativity, it'd be a lot harder for me to come back as a civilian. I can't turn these things off, I just told you. I can't turn this off when you hear people talking about the mall and soldiers being upset in the mall and hyper-vigilant. That sounds silly. No, it's every one of your eye contacts, you're my enemy. And you've been created to be my enemy because that's what it was. Everybody over there, for us soldiers, wants to kill us. They don't want us there. What's that like? What's that mean? More aggressive. So we come back, we just can't turn that off. Courses were great honors. I always went for top candidate, always, the best. I never got top candidate. At second or third, it was my schooling, so school, and a tough time reading and all that kind of stuff, so marks are very important, even in a physical job industry. But I worked very hard, and I sacrificed my humanity to pass the test and be the best, to put the weight on my shoulders, to follow my ground, to deal with my drills in a non-egotistical manner. There's a situation that arrives, and I have to make a decision, and that's it, that's all. And it's a decision for the best of my section mates. That's part of my programming too. Everybody matters more than me. Their life matters more than my life. I have to ensure that I sacrifice myself for them. And now I'm going to give it over to Brittany because that's my world. Intensity and emotion, rawness, that's it. Kill, kill, kill. And Brittany dealt with the same, but she had to deal with me coming back home from Afghanistan.
In his adventures, that's what we like to call them, that his life has taken him on. My role, like Arthur said, I was part of 2 BCOI. I did the same training. Oh, sure, I'm not as loud as he is. Okay, cool. My drill voice is pretty on point though. So yeah, my role, I did a lot of the same training, a lot of the same programming, a lot of the same things that Arthur had to do, being in the same battalion. He was in 8 platoon, I was in 7 platoon Charlie Company, and that's how we met. I did not, and I know this is probably going to sound kind of weird, you know, like with the, you know, pretty graphic picture that Arthur just painted you, but I didn't have the honor of serving in Afghanistan. That for me was a tough pill to swallow. I never really got the job satisfaction of actually having my job training come to fruition. But nonetheless, I was in a support role for his second tour, but my job at home was a little more complicated. He spoke of, you know, walking through the mall, the eye contact, and the aftermath, the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder that one has to deal with, and what that all means in trying
Which I do have.
to find yourself afterward and finding that peace in your heart. You know, and I guess this is kind of a neat parallel to draw. At some point, I'm sure Arthur can attest to this, that there was some sort of peace met, you know, knowing that he was going on tour, getting on the bus and going. That's a moment of peace for us, knowing that we're going to get that opportunity to do our job and protect our country, do everything that we signed up to do. But then when you come home, there's like an identity crisis almost. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things that are plaguing our veterans that are getting out of the military these days is we don't know who we are anymore. It's the programming, right? In my example, I was 17 when I joined, and I grew up in the Army. I went out to my first nightclub in the Army. Like, I did everything that a normal 17-year-old to 25-year-old is supposed to do, but I grew up at 17. That was it. I had responsibilities, all the same Arthur did.
Hoorah.
So when Arthur came back from Afghanistan, we were met with all of these kind of obstacles and hurdles that we had to get over, and we had to do it as a team. And I was lucky because I had a little more insight with his situation. A lot of families that had to deal with soldiers coming back with PTSD from war, they have no idea it hits them like a truck. So in that regard, we were very blessed. The finding peace bit, oh, that's a tough one. Your entire world changes because you are now something that's not acceptable in society. And that's the raw, honest to God truth.
Beautiful.
You're not a human being that's acceptable anymore. The way that you operate is not acceptable in normal society, which I'm sure we can all draw our own conclusions. That makes sense. It's not cool to kill in society. It's not cool to have this switch in your brain turned on all the time, that just because you're looking at me, you want to hurt me. So being his support system, still to this day, and we have had this conversation multiple times, it is really, really hard. It's terrifying. We've gone through the whole, you know, super depression, we've gone through the super anxiety, we've gone through the suicidal part, we've gone through everything. And finding peace in that situation is even more difficult, trying to peel back all of the layers and trying to get down to the nitty-gritty of who you are anymore. And that's kind of the journey that him and I will be on for the rest of our lives. And I guess we're making some serious breakthroughs, and art is, this is why I loved that you invited us here. Art is such a great tool for people to express themselves in a way that is so personal. And I really hope that you guys take the opportunity today to really like dive in deep with this, because I know for a fact without Arthur's artistic side, without having those mechanisms, those tools for him to express his feelings and get his emotions and his aggression and everything else out, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you for having us. I'd love to open the floor to any questions if you could, if you have questions, if you're addressing it to Arthur, if you could just say it's for Arthur to read.
Was in the middle of the night inserting on assault boats in the middle of April in February, sorry. So it's freezing waters. And there's me, I was with Wrecking Platoon, calling Brittany's platoons up, and they had to run up this hill. People were already exhausted. It's 10-kilometer misery portage, and Brittany survived it all. And the chauvinist of the males that is the infantry world, which is real, I will say that. The old dogs tried to suppress Brittany so she quit, gave her all heavy equipment. Hey, not a single peep.
So to answer your question, we met passing in basic, and then as
Strong.
I was originally slated to go RCR as opposed to COI. And for whatever reason, the last 2 weeks I wanted an adventure, so I changed to COI and happened to get put on the same platoon and got slated in the same battle school, got sent to the same battalion, and we became best friends. He was just next to me. Nobody else was. So yeah.
Thanks. We got a question back here, but I want to make sure that if any students have a question, that they get the chance to ask it. Like, we can speak, we're going to speak at our tables afterwards, but if you have any questions for them now, this is it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Did you face any significant challenges as a female in the military?
Oh, sweet.
Hey, actually, no. Stand up and ask the question so everybody can hear it. And don't use the mic. Use your voice.
Did you face any significant challenges as a female in the military?
Well, I'm out now, so I can say whatever I want. I was very naive as a 17-year-old girl, thinking that in 2008 when I joined, that the dynamics of women entering the combat role in the military had changed at all from what they were before. So without saying a whole lot, I hope I said enough right there for you guys to kind of pick up on something. It was not a joyride. It was, put it to you this way, if my daughter came to me and said, Mom, I'm going to join the infantry, I would hear from my car and I would join the infantry. Nonetheless, I encourage every woman in this room, no matter what adversity you may face in your life, to just keep pushing. Because it's not without that push that change doesn't happen. I pushed real hard. I had to tap out at one point. I pushed enough from my heart, and that was enough for me. It was 6 years of pushing, and I wasn't really getting a whole hell of a lot anywhere. But now I have an opportunity, I have a voice because I'm not bound to anybody. I have the opportunity now to fix that. And I can beg God and follow, I'm going to do everything I can to get engaged in that. So that answers your question.
One more.
Yeah.
What question did you join the military?
Me or him? Both? You want to go first?
What was the question?
What pushed you to join the military?
Ha! This one's, I do love questions, so raise your hands. This one's easy. When I was actually in your shoes, 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened, I was a football player. I was in drama class as well, and that's where I'll bring it back to creativity and peace, and definitely nature and the world. Without the touch of creativity, we're not here right now. So I'll bring that to that. But I joined for 9/11. It was pretty intense. I watched live as the buildings fell down. And then I grew up and I knew the First World War, the Second World War very well. And so as a young man, I took it upon my responsibility to take up arms like my forefathers and serve this country to defend it. And that's my answer.
And I think both of us have a fairly heavily rooted cause and family legacy as well. Both of our families were very involved in the military way back, like generations. So it's definitely generational in my case for sure. Yeah.
I noticed you guys have like a lot of tattoos. Do any of them have like a particular meaning or like are really important to you?
Every single on my
no?
No.
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 Okay, so I'm very much covered. And yes, this one has one meeting. This is Steve. And Steve is, it's twofold. Anybody recording right now? I don't want there to be recording on this one. This is twofold. This is A, for the engagement that I participated in, and essentially the life ended that day, as well as my PTSD, to remind me that I'm in control. Then, for my other half, so this half, and this is all this is demons and stuff, this is like, oh, intense, this is my armor. This side, hey, I give you light. This side is my fun, I don't care, brings me peace. I got Old Bird here, which actually reminds me of my Nana, and my Nana brings me tons of joy, she's a special person, same with my mother. And this rose was just to be a stark contrast to my Steve.
My most important piece is on my man, and you've heard the number in the song, I got this because, and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about a bit earlier, through the first bit when Arthur came home, I didn't really have a really great way to explain how I was feeling about everything. Because there would be moments where he would be like his old self, and he was happy and joyful and creative and wonderful and everything I fell in love with. And then there were the hard parts where he wasn't present, he wasn't here, he wasn't happy, he wasn't.
I was programmed.
He was programmed, right? So the way I would explain it to people was I'm still waiting for him to come home sometimes. And then I would have this brief moment, you know, that I would hold on to it so hard, like so hard. I would hold on to it when he was there and it was him and it was the man I married. And then he'd be gone now. But he was beside me and he was gone. So that's the most important piece on my body.
This is beautiful. We do need to spend at least 5 minutes just chatting with our table
Yeah,
about
sorry.
those questions that are written on the sheet, and that's okay. I'm letting the questions go because it felt like they, you know, they wanted to be asked, and that's okay. My job is to help keep us
On track.
going. And I know Barb specifically asked me to give you two the chance to spend like at least 30 seconds, because when you decided at some point that you wanted to open the gym, the Iron King, and I thought that you might want to speak to why you started it and what you've seen as a result.
Okay, I'll go real quick. Why, and I'll say you'll do the result. Why H.A.F, actually two, H.A.F and the Iron King started because during my most depressed state, my most suicidal state, my most confusing state, because we talked about being a warrior. Who's a warrior in this world? You don't need me here. You know what I mean? Like it was just awful. So I woke up in the middle of the night and I spent 6 hours, woke up in the middle of the night and I had a vision of a clothing brand. It was the first thing. It was art. I said right there, I woke up right in, I said, we're going to start business, are you cool with this? She says, yeah. And then the next day I said, okay, it's going to be this. And I figured it out that night. It's H.A.F. I'm not going to say the name out loud, but H.A.F. Is a beacon, and it's a light, and it's a community. Then that took me to Iron King. I spent 6 hours in the gym every day as well. So the Iron King led me to a safe house for other infantryers, other warriors, shield maidens, strong women, strong men, coming into the gym. And if you put a hole in my wall, this doesn't matter. I'll give you a hug, calm you down, and patch up the wall, and we'll get you going so that you can get all that negative emotion out in this space. And when we go out to the real world where that matters, your reactions matter in the real world, then you're secure and safe. But in the gym, it's neutral ground where you can, cry, yell, hit. It's all good. And our results?
Yes, so we've been open for 2.5 years. Our space has become this kind of hub for people when they're having a really bad day to just come and show up.
we definitely achieved
Very
our
proud,
goal. And
very proud.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And then we helped them find peace at the end of our war.
Yes.
So as for answering any questions of peace, can there be peace in the world? I saw that at the beginning. And I want to say yes. But it's up to you to fix, and not through ideology and hard rights and lefts, but through empathy and love
When
and
you find it in
emotion
your heart.
and creativity and understanding. I think that's the way.
Yeah.
So that's my question. Yes, you can have world peace through your heart.